Hey friends, and welcome back. And today I have a very special guest in the studio here. I'd like to offer a big warm welcome to Phil Steer from Pedalpatch. Hello brother.
Hello mate.
How's it going?
Good, thanks for having me.
It's an absolute pleasure. Now Phil, we met up actually, funny enough, in Brighton. I was on a sound gig and you recognised me and came up to me and said, "Are you China Guitar Skeptic?"
It was a bit of a chance meeting.
It was a bit of a chance meeting, but absolutely fortuitous because you've got a range of patch cables to go, pedal patches basically, and it's pretty exclusive because at the moment there's not tons of places selling them.
No, you can get them, but certainly not at the price that I'm doing them at, I'd say.
Absolutely. So really, I suppose you know a little bit about me because we had a chat down in Brighton. It'd be good for my viewers to know a little bit about you, how you got into the music industry, you know, what your background is. Clearly you play, this is your live rig.
Well, yeah, it's a bit edited for, I don't use this one live, but it's the one that I've created just for demoing really. Yeah. But yeah, I do play. I went to, back in 2003, I went to music college in Brighton. I went to BIM.
BIM, okay, right.
Yeah, and that was pretty early on for that college. And I've played guitar live since I was 15, I think, 14, 15.
Awesome.
Various bands and bits and pieces. But yeah, I mean, with Pedalpatch, it started because everyone loves gear. Every guitarist loves gear.
That's why for sure.
This channel's existed.
Absolutely.
And it started because I think I looked at my board and I thought, you know, the pedal thing's really taking off and people want to have OCD levels of wiring, and I thought, yeah, the solderless thing looks really, really good for keeping everything compact.
Yeah.
Then I looked at the price of a kit to wire up my board, and I think it
scared you.
Yeah, it scared me. I think it nearly came to more than the pedals that were on it that were worth.
I'm actually aware of that. I've looked into it myself in the past, but as well as being really, really nice and neat and tidy, that is kind of your USP. The fact that you've worked out a way to do this at a really affordable price.
Yeah, I try to keep my prices as low as I possibly can.
Yeah.
Just to give people an affordable option for wiring their board, you know.
Yeah.
It's the product range is like slowly growing. I've tried to add things to my website, so I sort of want to become a one-stop shop for people that are wiring up their pedal boards. So you can get things like, you can get patch cables from me, you can get the solderless DC kits that I do, you can get Velcro for your board, you can get pedal toppers and cable ties and cable anchors as well for tidying it all up underneath.
So you've got a full range of stuff relating to pedal boards.
Yeah.
The thing that I was really surprised at, and I didn't know until you got here today, is that you do the 9-volt power as a solderless patch cable as well.
Yeah, it's quite a new product that I've been doing.
Haven't seen that before.
No, there's not a huge amount of people doing it. There's a couple of large companies that do kits, but again, they're nowhere near the price point. the price point that I am. Yeah, so
should say you've got some kits. This is your starter kit.
Yeah, so that's my small kit. So that's the solderless patch cable kit. So that's a small one that comes with 3 meters of cable.
3 meters, yeah.
And 10 connectors.
So you can make up to 5 cables.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
And so that would be probably, for a small pedal board, way over the top. There's plenty there to do most medium and small pedal boards. Yeah, I mean, that'll keep you going, for five cables. Yeah. You know, it depends if you're using switcher systems, you're going to need something bigger, but yeah, for sure.
As a sort of starter kit, it's great. It's got everything you need in there, really.
Absolutely. And most importantly, instructions on the back for how to do it, because these things are not always renowned for being really simple to do, but if you do them properly and you follow the instructions, they should be very, very easy. Easy as falling off a bike, I'm told.
Which is very easy.
This one, this 3 meter and 10 socket kit retails for £39.99.
That's it, yep.
Which is about $51 US. They are available worldwide, so you can get these. Phil does ship these to the States, so if you're interested, there'll be all the details down below for you to get in touch with him. So that's the basic kit, and it works its way. This is not another kit, this is your DC.
That's a DC kit.
DC kit. So again, this is the same by the looks of it, about 3 metre.
Yeah, again, 10 connectors and
Yeah.
3 meters of cable, and you also get some heat shrink to cover the connectors with, for if it's just for
Safety, really,
Yeah, for
because
safety.
we're dealing with electricity.
yeah, that's it. Yeah,
that's
it's just to cover them when they're close
great.
together with other connectors, stop interference.
And you've got another little range that you hope to have out soon. And I personally love these, especially the purple one, being my favourite colour. These are braided cables, and they really do have a lovely, nice, quality feel to them.
Yeah, they're
multiple colours. So effectively, you could sort of colour coordinate your board. You could even colour coordinate certain loops of a more complex pedal board.
So
that would be really cool to do.
Basically, I'll be selling the braiding as a kit. So if you want to customise your cables, you can. Should be in 9 different colours.
Right. So the ends can come off again.
Yeah,
and
you can reuse.
Then you can resheath
That's
them.
the great thing about the product is, you can take the ends off, you can cut the cable back down and reinsert, and you're done.
So that's brilliant.
Yeah.
So basically, if you decide to redesign your pedal board, there may be cables that you can trim down to the right length, and actually others where you just take the ends off because you need a longer length of cable.
Yep.
Easy peasy. So it's really versatile, isn't it? Really, really versatile.
Yeah.
So the kits range at the moment, you've got the $39.99 starter kit, and you range right the way up to £75.
Yep,
pounds, which is
$4.99. Yep, for the that's my largest kit that I do at the moment, which is 20 connectors and 8 meters of cable.
Fantastic.
So that gives you like 10 patch cables.
And there's one in the middle.
And there's one in the middle as well.
So there's 3 ranges, and obviously that top end is about $90 US.
Yep.
So again, you can see that Phil is trying to compete on price here, which is certainly not a bad thing.
Yeah, I think you'll be hard pressed to find similar amounts in a kit for that price.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, you did this pedal board last night, unbelievably, and you literally rewired the whole of this pedal board.
Yep.
And you told me earlier you didn't have a single patch cable that didn't work first time. So
No.
there you go. It just goes to prove that if you do it right first time, always.
Oh, I think there's always a bit of, I think around solderless cables in particular, there's always a bit of I think there's a lot of doubters about solderless systems, but I think it's quite, it's unfounded really. Once they're made, then they're solid as anything.
I've got an idea.
Yep.
Why don't we actually make one up and show everybody how to do the job properly and how to do it quickly and simply.
Sure.
And thank you for bringing this in, though. It's absolutely amazing. There's a patch here on this Mua L6, and you've probably got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 different patch cables. Can I have a look underneath?
Yeah.
They'll all stay on, will they?
Yeah, sure. It's not so tidy underneath, but
No, but it gives you a good idea of just how let's show it to this camera, there we go, just how many cables are made up. So you've made up probably over 25, 30 cables there, and then power on top of that, 9 volt on top of that.
Yep.
And every single one right first time.
absolutely, yeah.
So it can be done.
Again.
Let's have a look at how we make up one of these cables. Okay, so here's the kit, and just walk us through. This is your standard patch cable. Is this the power?
Yeah, so that's the power cable.
Yeah.
This is the standard patch cable. So the patch cable itself is 4 millimeters. So
Right.
it's a nice flexible.
Yeah, it's quite meaty, isn't it? But still maintains its flexibility.
It's strong, but it's flexible. Our cable, compared to some of the other brands, has got a braided core.
Yeah, see that at the end here.
But yeah, that sort of gives it a good flexibility.
Cool.
Sort of, especially when you're plugging, as we all change pedals quite a lot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pedals coming in and out, it gives you quite a lot of, movement in the cable when you're unplugging and plugging them in. Yeah.
Okay, let's do this thing.
Okay, so with the connectors, they're really easy to make up. So this is one of the dual. It's a dual connector design, so you can do a right angle connection as well as a straight connection. So I'll try and wire one up for you. I'll show you both ways.
Yeah, cool.
So we can do one. So it's got a screw in the side of the connector there. So you just unscrew that.
Okay.
Take that out. Try not to lose it. Take the cap off the end, and that's there. So if we do the right angle one first, so take some of the cable. Then what you need to do, there's a pin in the end of the connector here.
Yeah.
And what happens is when you push the cable in nice and hard, the pin goes through into the center core, makes the first connection.
Yeah.
And then I'll show you how the second connection is made. So get the cable. All you need to do is make sure that the end of this cable is cut nice and flush and straight.
Let me show that quickly to the camera. There we go. So that's really, really flush cut, as you can see, very rectified.
Yeah, you can do that with, I use a Stanley knife, or I've also got these cable cutters. Again, I'll be stocking these soon. These are a new one. I'm getting a delivery of these very soon, so they'll be on my website as well.
Quite cool to include those in the kits.
Yeah, I've thought about that. I've got to look at costs with regards to it, but absolutely, I've thought about that. Yeah.
Brilliant.
So yeah, definitely something I'm looking at.
Okay.
But yeah, they're really handy. They're just like a little mini cigar cutter, really.
Yeah,
They cut it nice and straight. So yeah, so we push that into the end of the connector. Just push nice and hard, and it goes in probably, I don't know, maybe close to sort of 5mm or something.
Okay.
And then once that's in, turn the cable 90 degrees, keep the pressure down. I normally put my thumb on it and sort of pinch it there like that.
Yeah.
Grab the cap, and then you just need to line up the slot with the cable, just like that.
Yeah.
And then what I normally do, because these are magnetic, which is really handy, the screws. So, because this is like the most fiddly part of it, basically. But once you've done a few of them, they
easy
sort of
peasy.
become second nature. Yeah. So just put the screw on. You can see that the hole's lined up there.
Yeah.
I just use my finger to steady it, and then just screw that in. And you don't need to go mad. You need to make sure, because what's happening is this screw
going through the sheath.
Yeah, is going through the sheath, or the outer sheath, and touching the other core. So that's making the second connection there, basically. And that's it. And once that's made up, that is solid as anything.
Let's have a little.
There you go.
Yeah, blimey, absolutely. Well, it would be. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, and obviously you can see how low profile they are. I think they're 10mm basically. So.
Right.
And
so it gives you plenty of options to keep the real estate of the pedal board open.
That's it, and it's the fact that they can sit so closely next to each other on a pedal, or when they sat back to back, you can do that as well, or above each other, and on switches.
It would be really easy to make some short pedal connectors. Up with these, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you can make really short ones, especially with the straight connection out the back. And in fact, one thing I use these for, I've got a Marshall Plexi amp, and I use it as a bridging cable to jump the channels, but I just made a tiny little patch cable just to jump the channels straight in.
Brilliant.
So they're really handy for that as well.
Awesome.
So now I'll chop that, and I'll make the straight connection on the end. So we'll just make a short one, really.
Yeah, that's cool.
Keep that nice and straight. Dump that down there. There we go.
It's a good little tool.
Yeah, it's very handy. It is very handy. I said they're new. My supplies come up with that design, and they're just really, really handy.
Yeah. And how soon will these be in stock?
I believe they're being shipped out to me on Friday this week.
Fantastic.
So
by the time this video goes out,
they'll be out. Yeah. Let's put that screw back on there. So to make the straight connection, you need to do it slightly differently, because you need to put the cap on first. Because obviously that slides back down the connector. So you just slide it through the hole at the back.
Yeah.
Obviously with these as well, you can, if you're doing a right angle connection, you can orient it however you want. So you could have it bending that way,
of course,
that way,
or even
it's very handy.
Around the
or sort of that way if you want. It doesn't matter. So yeah, with the straight connection, it works exactly the same. Just put the cap on first. So push the cable in.
And that's quite a good firm push there.
Yeah, you can twist it slightly as well. Just make sure you'll feel when it bottoms out.
Makes contact.
And it's just about keeping that pressure on. Obviously, with the straight one, just be a bit more careful that you're not pushing it back off. As you're making it up. But it's very easy. And what these do, I'll take it off again to show you, but these have 2 screw holes.
Yeah, okay.
So when it's made to leave the slot open for the right angle one, it's 1 screw hole.
Yeah.
But what you can do is line up that hole, and it will cover with the other one. If I line that up, where is it? There it is. It will cover that slot basically.
Oh, okay, so
it just makes it look
neater.
A bit nicer.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. Well thought out, that is. Well done.
Yeah, it's a good design. It does, it just sort of, everyone likes being neat with their cables, don't they?
Yeah, for sure. This is the patch cable for the OCD, mind.
That's right. Yeah. That's it. Make sure, just tighten that up. And there we go.
And that is that. Easy peasy. All done. As quick as that.
Yep. That's
Awesome.
it. Job done.
Great, well done. So just to prove a point here, you've got this Behringer CT100, which is it says here, professional 8-in-1 cable tester. And we can simply plug this straight in and
Yeah, if you put it to cable test there.
cable test, plug it in, and that should end up being a cross pattern to show that it works.
When that's like that, it means the connections are correct, and that's an absolutely fine cable.
Right, first time.
Yep.
Fantastic. Okay, so there you go. That's how nice and simple it is. Thanks for showing us that, Phil.
No worries.
It's absolutely amazing. I personally don't think I'll have any trouble with that at all. I know that it can be difficult, but if it's done right, it should be right first time. So the big question, we know the price. Whereabouts can they get hold of them? I think you've got pedalpatch.co.uk, is that right?
It, yeah, that's my website. You can order all the kits from there. If you need a custom kit, so if you've got a board that you want, wired up completely, and it's not going to cover it in one of the kits, just get in touch. I sell single connectors up to however many you need.
Brilliant. And
the cable, I can do that in any length you want. So
awesome.
Yeah.
So bespoke patch kits. Just contact him directly through the website. But also there's some quite exciting news. Not only have you got a few artists in the pipeline, which we won't mention at the moment because that's not quite news yet, but also you've just scored your first distributor.
Yes.
Exclusive distributor. Tell us all about that because I know who it is.
So yeah, you can buy them online at Anderton's, which is fantastic because it's just great to have them stocked in a store like that. Met with the guys there and they love the product, so they're available now on their website.
Brilliant. So there you go, you can already get them at andertons.co.uk. This is not a paid promotion for Andertons, by the way. This is also not a paid promotion for Pedalpatch. I don't get anything for doing this. This is for you guys so that you can see what I consider to be a cool product. So these are available now. It's pedalpatch.co.uk, and not only do they do pedals, but there's power as well as patch. So there you go. We will be back really, really soon with more great content. If you haven't already, can't hurt to subscribe. Don't forget to give us a like because this man deserves it. And I'll be back every Tuesday and every Friday with the best content I can bring you. In the meantime, I just want to say a huge thank you to Phil. Thanks so much for coming along today.
Thanks again for having me.
That's an absolute pleasure, my friend. It's been great to see this. I hope you've enjoyed it. I certainly have. And until the next time, you take good care.